Hey, what's up, guys? This is Andrew from Nick and Andrew's Wrestling Reviews. Um, so what you're gonna see is Nick predicting Bellator MMA, but the video file either didn't save or our camera never recorded it. I don't know. We were having some camera issues when we were recording today, but I got the audio. The audio is perfectly fine. So you're going to hear it. I'm going to put some pictures above it. It's going to look nice. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Please leave a like. And here comes the rest of the video.
Welcome to Nick and Andrew's Wrestling Reviews. I'm Nick.
I'm Andrew.
Today I'm going to do my prediction video for Bellator 120, their first pay-per-view. We'll start with the live card on Spike TV. The first fight is Nate Jolly versus Marcin Held. I don't really know too much on Nate Jolly. I'm pretty sure he's a wrestler. I know I've seen him wrestle. I know I've seen him fight before. I just can't put my name to it. I can't put my finger on it. But Marcin Held, I love Marcin Held. He's like 22 years old. The dude's a phenom. He's a submission friggin' expert. So I'm gonna go with Marcin Held. I think he beats him signature leg lock style, and it's probably gonna be pretty quick in the first round. I don't see Nate Jolly defeating Marcin Held, but I've seen crazier things, so whatever. Okay, next fight is a guy I really like. It's Mike Richmond versus Gati Yamaguchi.
Great name.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick him for that reason.
Yeah. Mike Richmond, it's a shame because he's so talented, but he's had a rough outing. With a loss to Shamlat Shamalayev. No, it wasn't. Yeah, he did lose to Shamlat Shamalayev, who's on this card. Then he lost to my boy Frodo Hasbalayev, two Russians. That's why their names are wacky.
Those Russians.
Yeah, and then he just lost to what's the guy's name? Desmond Green. He just lost to, and it's a shame. Gatti is a pretty talented fighter. Okay. But I think Richmond will bounce back. I think Richmond needs to use that smooth kickboxing he always does. And I don't know if he'll win by knockout, but I think he will get the nod no matter what.
I picked Yamaguchi.
Yeah, Andrew likes that guy's name. That's actually Andrew's first name. It's actually Yamaguchi Sack.
Yeah. Just to let you guys know that. I changed it to Andrew so people weren't confused.
Yes, he did. A fight I'm really looking forward to is my boy Shamlat Shamalayev, who I have met. He's one of the rising stars coming out of Russia, which, by the way, if you haven't watched the Russian MMA scene, it's ridiculous how talented these guys are. I mean, you got even in the UFC, you got Bellator, all over. These guys are tearing it up, and I love me some Russia. So Shamlat Shamalayev versus Fabricio Guerrero. Fabricio Guerrero is a jiu-jitsu black belt. He's a jiu-jitsu phenom, but can he stop the power that is Shamlat Shamalayev? A guy who's knocked out almost everybody he's faced? I don't think so. I think Shamlat Shamalayev beats him. I think he knocks him out. And I'm going with my boy Shamlat Shamalayev. Next fight, the main event on the prelims, okay? The last fight on the prelims is Cheick Kongo looking to bounce back off of his title loss to the champion Vitaly Minakov versus Eric Smith. Now, I did my research on Eric Smith because I don't know a lot about the guy. I do know that he beat Cody Donovan, who is a UFC fighter, which is pretty nice. But I do know that Eric Smith is a light heavyweight, so his natural weight class is 205, not heavyweight, which heavyweight is from anywhere from 206 to 265 pounds.
All right.
So
that's a big weight difference.
And Cheick Kongo's a big boy.
Is he?
Cheick Kongo probably walks around about 260, but it cuts down to 245 pounds. He's a pretty big. He's a chiseled man. He looks like he's made out of a Marvel comic book. He's completely chiseled. His physique is ridiculous. I am going to go, just for the sure thing of the experience factor and the size, I'm going to go with my boy Cheick Kongo. He had a rough fight against Vitaly Minakov. It didn't go his way. It was a grueling fight. It wasn't the most exciting fight, but Kongo has looked good since coming to Bellator with his wins over Godbeer, and then his other win over Peter Graham, who Peter Graham is one of the greatest, well, I wouldn't say the greatest, but one of the greats of K1. He has one of the most vicious knockouts over a K1 legend, Badr Hari. Cheick Kongo walked through him pretty handily.
There's a guy with the name Godbeer?
Yeah, he's
Wow.
from Britain. Yeah.
He brews some good beer if God loves
He
that.
got knocked out. So I think Cheick Kongo finishes Eric Smith. I think he finishes him late in the second, and I'm looking forward to it. I've always been a Kongo fan, and I've never really stopped being a fan of Kongo. So the next fight is Michael Page, undefeated Michael Page, who is a rising star in MMA, versus Ricky Rainey. Now, from what I hear about Ricky Rainey, he's kind of similar to Michael Page with their creative styles. But Michael Page, I don't know how anybody can be similar to this guy. Anybody, if you haven't seen a Michael Page fight, go on YouTube, type in Michael Venom Page. The dude's a phenom. He literally fights people with his hands completely down by his waist and knocks them out. I mean, the dude is he's from the UK and he's a phenom. I mean, I don't know how good his ground game would be. I would love to see Michael Page win this fight and go on to maybe test a veteran of Bellator. I can't really think of anybody at the top of my head who I'd like to see him fight, but someone with veteran experience. I'd have to go through the roster of Bellator and pick somebody. It's a 175. For some reason, I kept thinking it was 155, but he's a welterweight. So I would like to see him, maybe at welterweight fight a guy who could maybe stay. If you want to see a fun fight between two guys that are going to stand and bang, I'd love to see Michael Page versus a guy like Marius Arumskis or Andre. Okay, so we have on the card is the heavyweight tournament final between the former Bellator champ Alexander Volkov and I'm sorry again, I don't really know this guy's name. It's Balagowi Ivanoni, I don't know.
It's a tough name.
It's a Bulgarian name, whatever. Ivanov or whatever. I'm going to call him Ivanov. Okay. So, for those who don't know, Alexander Volkov, he's the former Bellator heavyweight champion. He lost to the reigning champion, Vitaly Minakov. I was there at that fight. It was a spectacular win for Vitaly Minakov. But he has bounced back since and has beat some really tough guys in this tournament. Guys such as Mighty Mo, who is a K1 kickboxing legend almost. And so he beat him pretty handily, and it was a good fight. He actually beat him by head kick. Ivanov, on the other hand, has beaten a Bellator veteran in Richard Hale, and he also beat LeVar Johnson. So both guys are going to be willing to stand and bang. I'm going to give a slight edge to Alexander Volkov, even though Ivanov is 10-0. But Volkov, from what I've seen of him, the dude's he's 6'7", okay? He's a tall dude.
Holy.
Okay? He's very young. He's only like 24 years old, okay? He's getting better every single fight. So I'm going to go with Volkov, and he's Russian, so I give him the Russian edge.
Russians always got an edge.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Volkov. I don't know if he'll knock him out, but Volkov is beating a lot of tough guys like Rico Rodriguez, Brett Rogers, Mighty Mo. He's beating some really good guys. So that's why I give the edge to them. A fight I'm really looking forward to is the former UFC light heavyweight champion Tito Ortiz versus the current Bellator middleweight champion Alexander Shlemenko, who is a guy I'm very, very high on. He's a Russian. Shlemenko, for people who don't know, he's going up in weight. Shlemenko is already a small 185er, okay? Mm-hmm. He's going all the way up to 205 pounds to fight a massive Tito Ortiz, who walks around about 230 pounds and cuts down to 205.
That's a big cut.
Yes, and Ortiz is a great wrestler, and despite what you guys may say, oh, he's getting old. He is getting old, guys. He's been in the sport for a long time, but, his last fight against Forrest Griffin showed that Ortiz can still bang. Do I think he'll beat Alexander Shlemenko, a guy who has over 50-plus fights? No. I think Shlemenko does his crazy body punches and does what Little Nog did to Ortiz and take him out with body shots. I think this will be a huge feather of the cap of Alexander Shlemenko if he can overcome a legend and a UFC Hall of Famer in Tito Ortiz. Alexander Shlemenko asked for this fight. He begged for this fight, and Tito Ortiz took it. Tito Ortiz said he's always faced the best of his whole career, and he has, and no one can argue that. And he's facing another one of the best of his career, and he's facing a champion. So look forward to that fight. It's going to be awesome. I'm super stoked. I'm super stoked for it. Next, we have the Bellator interim light heavyweight title fight. supposed to be the trilogy fight between Eddie Alvarez and the former champion Michael Chandler. For those who don't know, between them, both of them had Fight of the Years in 2 of their fights. The first fight went to Michael Chandler, taking the belt from Alvarez. The second fight went to Alvarez, taking the belt from Chandler. Now Chandler is going to fight for the belt again, but it's for the interim belt against a rising star in Will Brooks. Will Brooks has only lost to Saeed Awad by knockout. Since that, Will Brooks has been on a tear. Is he good enough to beat Michael Chandler is the question. Michael Chandler is a guy who walks through punches. He comes through fire and overcomes it, okay? He's beaten some of the best. He's beaten guys like Patricio Pitbull. He's beaten Eddie Alvarez, okay? He knocked out David Rickles easily. The guy can fight. Will Brooks is tough. Don't get me wrong, dude. I will not take anything away from Will Brooks. But Michael Chandler will again be a Bellator champion. When he wins against Will Brooks, he will be the interim lightweight champion. So now we get to the main event.
This is a huge card.
Yeah. You gonna watch it with me?
Maybe.
Good man. The main event. The ultimate MMA grudge match. Okay? A grudge match that has leaked for years, okay? Between Quentin Rampage Jackson. Andrew actually watched a Rampage fight, so he knows Rampage.
I know Rampage.
And you watched the guy who's fighting. King Muhammad Lawal. He fought before Rampage that night. Okay, King Mo and Rampage, for those who don't know, they have never liked each other. They went through a little thing when they started to like each other, you know, they were kind of cool. But then once Rampage won, you watched it, they got each other's face. And
Rampage went off on that match, too.
Yeah, they started talking back and forth, and it got us really hyped up that we want to see this fight all over again. Now, is King Mo good enough to beat former UFC champion, former Pride champion? You know, is he? We don't know. So let's find out. Let's see how these stack up.
What do you think?
I'm gonna get into what I think. Let's go with this. King Mo, since he's been back from staph surgery, he hasn't been the same monster as King Mo. Don't get me wrong, he's had some great wins in Bellator, okay? Over that, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the guy's name he knocked out. Some guy from, like, Poland. Knocked him out first round. Then brutalized Seth Petrozelli. But King Mo, and then he just beat a guy who's a really tough Russian in Michal Zayats. But King Mo has had some stumbles in Bellator against the champion, as of right now, Emmanuel Newton. Newton, for those who don't know, it's all over YouTube. If you even look up King Mo's name, it will always come up. King Mo gets knocked out by spinning back fist by Emmanuel Newton. King Mo has always been kind of known for having a suspect chin. Okay, maybe he can't take the amount of punishment that he feels like he can. And then you got a guy like Quentin Rampage Jackson, who's undefeated in Bellator, who's looked spectacular in Bellator, made his debut in Atlantic City, New Jersey, which I was at, where he knocked out Joey Beltran. Then he faced a former light heavyweight champion, Cristiano Mpumbu, knocked him out. That's the fight you watched.
That's the fight I watched. I remember
Limp. Yeah, Pumbu. So, and Quentin Rampage Jackson has always been known to have great great takedown defense. And King Mo is an amazing wrestler, but people don't know Rampage can wrestle too. He's also a collegiate wrestler. So it all comes down to, can King Mo take Rampage down? I don't think he can. Can King Mo take a shot from Rampage Jackson? No. Can Rampage take a shot from King Mo? Rampage is shown to have a really good chin. And now I'm not saying King Mo can't knock the guy out. Just like I don't want to say that King Mo can't take him down, but the likelihood, I don't know. I'm leaving the edge towards Rampage. I think Rampage wins with knockout. I think Rampage goes on to have a fight of the year with Emmanuel Newton. And we'll see what happens. So let me know what you guys think. If you're an MMA fan and you know about Bellator and you want to talk about it with me, let me know your predictions and we'll get a conversation started. Always like this video, subscribe, and comment. Thank you very much, guys.
Bye.